November 9th, 2009 at 7:03 a.m., the mountain swallowing a man whole. This is Dhaulagiri's lethal south face, which is called the Wall of Ghosts. That man was Tomas Humar. One of history's greatest climbers, a father, a legend, and in seconds like gone. No body, no gear, no trace. This is not just a story of a man who died on a mountain. This is the story of a man who vanished from the face of the earth, as if the Himalayas themselves stole him. To understand the shock of Tomas Humar's disappearance, you must understand the titan he was. Born in 1969 in rural Slovenia, then part of communist Yugoslavia, Tomas wasn't bred for the heights. His father was a factory worker. At age 8, he saw the Julian Alps. That frozen skyline became his escape. His obsession. By 18, he was sleeping on cliffs, not for glory, for survival. The mountains were the only place his restless soul felt calm. But Tomas wasn't just good, he was revolutionary. In 1999, he free-soloed the Rupal face of Nanga Parbat, a 15,000-foot wall of ice and death. No ropes, no partner, just a man dancing with gravity. Climbers called it suicidal. He called it listening to the stone. Then in 2005, trapped for 6 days on Annapurna's south face during a blizzard, he hacked an ice coffin with his axe and waited. Rescuers wrote him off, yet he crawled out alive. The world dubbed him the Ghost, a man who cheated death so often, death stopped keeping score. But behind the legend, a gentle soul, a devoted father to Tomi and Ursa, a man who planted trees in his village square and wept when his sheep died. Mountains are mirrors, he wrote in his diary. They show you who you really are. And what Tomas saw, a man forever torn between the sky and the earth. Dhaulagiri, the White Mountain, 26,795 feet of Himalayan fury. Its south face, a 10,000-foot vertical labyrinth of hanging glaciers and unstable snow. More climbers died there than summited. Tomas knew this, yet in autumn 2009, he went alone. Why? Some say guilt. His friend Janez Jeglic died months earlier on Langtang Lirung. Others say destiny. I must go where the mountains speak loudest, he told his daughter. The first warning came at Camp 1. An avalanche missed him by 50 feet. His Sherpa team begged him to descend. He refused. The mountain is testing me, he radioed. On November 7th, he pushed for Camp 3 at 22,000 feet. The weather turned monstrous. Winds hit 100 miles per hour. Spindrift avalanches buried his tent hourly. Still, he climbed. November 9th, 6:47 a.m. His last call to base camp. Massive avalanche coming. I see its shadow. If you don't hear from me in an hour, static swallowed the rest. For 60 minutes, the world held its breath. At 7:47 a.m., base camp called. No answer. 8 a.m., nothing. 9 a.m., silence. The ghost had finally met a force even he couldn't escape. The search for Tomas Humar became the most desperate rescue mission in Himalayan history. Nepali army helicopters braved 100-mile-per-hour winds. Swiss alpinists scoured the face on foot. They found Camp 3. The tent, shredded. His sleeping bag, frozen stiff. A single mitten, his diary, open to a sketch of Dhaulagiri with the words, "Why do I hear children laughing in the wind?" But no body, no ice axe, no backpack. How? Avalanches leave debris. Crevasses leave ropes. Dhaulagiri offered nothing, just emptiness, as if the mountain erased him. Theories erupted. Had he fallen into a hidden crevasse 1,000 feet deep, swept to Tibet by a glacial river? Or did he achieve the impossible? Some Sherpas swore they saw a lone figure moving toward the summit days later. A ghost, a hallucination, or Tomas, alive but trapped. The hope tormented his family. His son Tomi climbed to Camp 3, screaming into the void, "Father, I'm here, answer me." Only the wind howled back. Tomas Humar was declared dead on November 14, 2009, but without a body, grief had no grave to visit. His wife Sergeya kept his boots by the door for years. His daughter Ursa wrote letters to the Himalayas. "Give him back. You don't need him. We do, yet in his vanishing." Tomas achieved a terrible immortality. His solo style inspired a generation of climbers. His diaries became sacred texts. And Dhaulagiri? It gained a new legend. Climbers now tie red ribbons at Camp 3, a tribute to the man who became one with the mountain. But the question remains, what happened? Science says an avalanche consumed him instantly. Romantics say he climbed into a cloud and never came down. Mountaineers whisper a darker truth, that Dhaulagiri's south face holds pockets so deep and cold. They preserve men like insects in amber. Tomas once wrote, "We don't conquer mountains. They let us pass until they don't." On November 9th, 2009, Dhaulagiri stopped letting him pass. And in that silence, a ghost was born. Tomas Humar's body has never been found. Share this video so his story isn't lost to the ice. And remember, some mountains don't just take lives, they steal them. Until next time, this is Historical World. Stay curious, stay grounded,